Welcome back. So first thing first that we have to do is we have to first go and delete the service that we have created. So it's very easy to find commands related to deleting or creating anything. Just you have to type kubectl delete service and you will find on Google a lot of places where you can get this command. So if I go here, you can see here if I say delete. So here you can see it says deleting this information. So here we have a lot of things. See, we can say kubectl delete and we can delete the pod, we can delete a pod service, everything we can delete. So for us, we just want to, similarly, we can also delete deployments. So for now, we will just want to delete the service. So I will go to here and I will type kubectl get service. So I want to delete kubectl delete and then I have to say SVC like the service I have to delete and this is the name of the service which I have to delete. Copy this, paste it here. So it says it deleted. So if I go and type, so it's deleting, it's still deleting. Let's wait. Press Control C if it's taking a long time. Looks like it is doing something. So it's done now. So if I now hit enter, so I should see only one deployment and that is one service running. So now we have to go to our service file here. This is our service file and then we have to mention here what type of service this will be. So if I go to Google and type different service types, so here I will see different types of service. So if I say types, so we will see different types of services here. We have like we have already learned also. So load balancer, node port, cluster IP, externals. Cluster IP is internal to the cluster. Node port is with a static node IP and a port. And load balancer is the one which we are looking for. So if I go here, it says load balancer. It exposes service externally using cloud providers load balancer. So we need to get this and put it in our in, service .yaml file. So how do we do that? So if we search for it, we will definitely find some examples. So here, if we see here, it says service types. So here we have spec, and here we have selector, ports, external IPs, let's say, and we want to look for types. So if we keep looking, let's go service type load balancer here. So if I go here and I try to see here, so if you see here, it says spec, selector, port, cluster IP, and then we have the type. So here we have the load balancer type. So I will copy this and go to our spec file and just under this, I will say on this level where the port exists, I will put this command. Perfect. Now I will clear everything and I will say kubectl apply -f and I will say service tab and hit enter. So it's going to say service created. Perfect. So now we have created this service. So if we go now and try to see do a get service, so we will see it's pending. It's saying that it is trying to assign a public IP. So let's wait for it. But if you see the port we have exposed this time is 8090. So we could have exposed the same port 8080, but just for fun, I chose a different one. So let's try to do again a get. Perfect. So now we see that we have got a new IP assigned to this particular service. So what do you see? At any point of time, we can have multiple deployments running and then multiple services can be created on top of it. So let's go ahead and try to use this service with port 8090 and see if we are able to access that. So here I'm going to, this is for the one which is already running. So I'm going to duplicate this and I'm going to change this to 80, 90, because if I try to access this with this, it won't work because it is not available on 80, 80. So I can say 80, 90, and I will cancel this, run this. Perfect. So this is working nicely. So let's go ahead and try to create another item, but this time we are going to create it from, let's say, deployment service 1 will create it because CCC port 8080, and it's successfully created, but now we will get it via deployment or the service 2 port 8090. See, perfect. So this is pretty cool. So we can now deploy any kind of application. We can create multiple Spring Boot application and we can deploy them on different ports using different deployment files and different service files. And then just providing the different names and different images, they can be running inside our Kubernetes cluster in one of the worker nodes. And of course, any of the application can be talking to any other database. So thank you. Bye bye.